오늘 해볼 게임 리틀 오르페우스 라는 게임이고요. 이 게임은 원래 그 모바일로 나왔던 게임이죠. 애플에서 이제 출시했던 게임인데 스팀으로 출시했길래 가져와 봤습니다. 그냥 설명에 그렇게 써져 있어서 읽어드린 거고요. 저도 무슨 게임인지는 모릅니다 아직. 바로 가볼까요 한번? Let's go. 들어간 BGM 영화 보는 것 같아. 리틀 오르페우스 시작해봅시다.
An extraordinary sight. I realized this must be the fabled land of Plutonia, as documented by the brilliant scholar Obruchev. A trail of destruction carved by the rocket drill led down into the wild and mysterious jungle. The rocket drill itself must have snapped in half somewhere below Kamchatka, and little Orpheus bounced out and became lost in that prehistoric forest. If I was ever to get home, my mission was clear: to find little Orpheus.
리틀 오르페우스를 찾으러 가는 건가 보네요. 스토리 방식은 이제 이 남자가 어떤 식으로 뭐라고 해야 돼? 이야기를 해주면서 과거 얘기? 과거 회상하면서 나레이션을 하는 듯한 느낌이네요. 리틀 오르페우스? 아니 그냥 오르페우스? 아니 팔힘이 좋아? 한 손으로 잡고. 와우. What the fuck, bro?
I could see huge beasts, larger and more ancient than any known to our modern
너무 큰데?
times. Could it be that Obruchev was right? And deep below the Earth's surface, prehistoric monsters still roam freely.
Yes, but
아파토사우루스인가요? 브라키오사우루스? 아파토사우루스? 와, 나 지릴 것 같은데 저거 보면. 저거를 뭐라고 하더라? 와우, 쉣. 상당히 자기보다 상당히 압도적인 존재를 만나면은 뭐 인간이 느낀다는 그런 감정이 있다고 들었는데. 아니 떨어지는데 왜 좋아해? 그냥 이거 타이밍인 것 같아요. 타이밍. 그 자유롭게 훈수 같은 거 하셔도 상관없습니다. What the fuck? 원래 훈수는 정답률이 더 낮습니다. 그렇기 때문에 훈수라고 하는 거죠.
please, do tell me, what was this brilliant plan?
그러니까 거의 그냥 고질라급인데
I ran like hell, Jim.
입에서 불만 안 뽑지. 이거 완전 고질라잖아. Run, run. 아우. 말이 되냐? 봐줬네. 공룡이 봐줬네. 입을 저기까지밖에 못 번다고? 말이 안 된다. 오, 쉣!
Our intrepid yet doomed hero survived the jaws of the ferocious dinosaur. Will he meet his end miles underground as an aperitif for a ravenous raptor? What dark secrets could be buried in the lost city of Agatha? Will the general ever discover the location of his lost bomb? All of these questions and more will be answered in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus!
달려!
Hesitate to tell you. And it happened like this.
표범 하이! 도망쳐.
Stop talking, Tavarish. You don't know what happens next. It is obvious. You've done very well. I applaud you for your efforts and your story. It is a wonderful tale, Comrade Privalov. I have enjoyed it immensely. But every story needs an ending. And it is clear yours does not have one.
I just need more time.
I think that even if I gave you all the time in the world, it would not be enough.
No, General. I can do this. That is, I remember what happens next. I just need to catch my breath and compose myself.
We both know how this story ends, comrade.
But little Orpheus, you haven't heard what happened.
We will find out soon enough. You will be executed, and another expedition will be sent.
No, you cannot. You cannot. We must never go back. You don't understand.
Make me, then. Make me understand. I am a kind man, although you may not believe this. I do not want to have you
그래, 이
shot.
정도면 친절한 사람
So
인정.
help me. Make me understand. Tell me what happened.
이 정도면
to
거의
little
간디야.
Orpheus.
It was.
Ivan Ivanovich?
It was. It was. No. I'm sorry, General. I'm sorry, I have no idea. You are right. I simply cannot think what happened next. It's just a blank, General. There's nothing there. I am very tired, you see.
Comrade Privalov. Ivan.
You're right. It's over, General. Perhaps you would be so kind as to write to my mother for me.
Of course I will.
You are a kind man, as you have said. And, General,
Yes, Ivan.
was it a good story?
Oh, yes. It was an excellent story.
Thank you, General. I am just sorry I couldn't give you an ending.
Unless...
General?
Quiet, Tovarish. I am thinking. Unless... I seem to remember that there were many problems with Little Orpheus during production.
General?
Problems with the casing around the atomic battery. Concerns.
Concerns, General?
Yes, concerns. Unlikely though that might be. Yeah, it seems if I remember that it failed to secure properly. A sharp blow could spring the hatch and expose the fragile casing of the bomb to any would-be vandal.
I'm not sure I follow you.
A resourceful yet forgetful hero might, one would think, take advantage of that fact.
But how, General? Where would I find something to strike it with?
The son of a watchmaker would easily find something within a giant clock mechanism that resembled a hammer, surely.
A hammer? Why, yes, General. I do remember now. I
이
grasped the
장군도 빠졌어.
hammer-shaped thingamabob.
Let's
감화됐어.
just agree it was a hammer, Ivan.
Yes, of course. Let's do that. I recovered my senses, shook my head, and looked about me. In my distracted stupor, I had climbed further up the tower than I ever thought possible. In front of me was the clock face, and I gazed out through it at the sheer expanse of history. And I knew whatever happened next.
The hand of destiny had fallen upon your shoulder.
Yes, it had. And what an extraordinary hand it was.
장군이랑 이제 이야기 같이 만들어. 그치, 이 정도 들었으면 결말은 들어야지. 못 들으면 억울해서 눈 못 감어. 어떡하라고? 어떡하라고? 뭐야? 실화냐? 저 레이저에 의해서 떨어졌어야 됐어?
And so, Thor was defeated. Little Orpheus destroyed. The bomb lost forever.
Not just that, General. In that moment, time sprang back to its proper shape, and I found myself once more in Plutonia, as the start of my journey. But the wound in the interior sky was gone. The drill was gone. It was as if I had never been here. And they were nymph, free and happy, without the tyranny of
공룡
toll,
크기가
free
원래대로
to pursue their
돌아왔는
simple lives.
But we can
아닌가?
never go back.
Never, General. One drill, one metal sphere, one lone cosmonaut was nearly enough to destroy time and unleash the tyrant toll upon our world. Who would think an innocuous beeping radio housed in a ball of metal could change the world so dramatically?
Who indeed? But tell me, what of you? And what of your return to the surface?
I stayed amongst the Mieng for as long as I could. But I came to realize they had begun to worship me as a king. No, General. I am a good socialist and could not allow this workers' paradise to become corrupted. And so I left that wonderful land for the last time.
And then?
And then I walked. For 2 years I wandered, always looking for a way home, through lands and worlds almost beyond imagination. Until one day I emerged, blinking into sunlight, and realized I was home.
Until one day I emerged, just like that? You just found your way back to the surface?
Well, General, it was a little more complicated than that. There were great obstacles to overcome and terrible challenges to face and incredible lands to explore.
Enough, Ivan. Little Orpheus is lost forever. The interior is sealed. You have returned with a story of socialism, triumphing over incredible odds. It is, as I said, enough for one night. Enough for my report, at least.
General, if I may...
Comrade Ivan Ivanovich Privalov, you are found guilty of all charges brought against you and sentenced to execution by firing squad. However, having listened to your story, I believe you are quite mad. In other words, I find your madness guilty, not you. And we cannot execute madness. And indeed, there are lessons to be learned, even in the depths of this madness. Perhaps the Americans were right to send a chimp after all.
So, General?
Get out of my sight, Ivan. Go home. Enjoy a state pension as a madman. Just make sure. I never see.
오,
General.
장군.
Of course, General. Anything you say. I shall be small and quiet and live a life without excitement and...
Out! Until one day I just emerged. Oh, very good, Tavares. Very good indeed.
오호. 근무 살 때 지루하지 않게 저렇게 얘기해주면 살려줘야지. 응? 근무 야무지게 보냈다.
Laika.
이 정도 스토리텔링이면은 근무 이렇게 꿀 빨았다, 야무지게 알차게 보냈다 라고 할 수 있죠. 에피소드 끝까지 깼네요. 재미없었다.